Welcome back and welcome to Beer City, USA. Recently, the art of crafting beer in small pubs or even at home has really taken off, especially right here in West Michigan. But that beverage has been around for millennia. And if you're interested in the history of brewing, there's a new exhibit at the Lakeshore Museum Center that will have you saying cheers. Here with more is the Assistant Program Manager, Aaron Mace. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
We were just talking about our favorite types. You're a stout man.
Yeah, I am.
I like a good wheat or an ale. I like those.
Sure.
But I mean, the art of brewing beer, as I mentioned, been around for thousands of years, but in the Muskegon area, it's got quite a storied history as well in the 1800s. Talk about this new exhibit.
Yeah, so the history of brewing in Muskegon goes all the way back actually to the 1850s, and then in 1876 there was a big brewery that opened in Muskegon, and iterations of breweries after that were open all the way up to the mid-1950s, so a very long time.
A very long time, and of course back then the neighborhood pub, the craft, that resurgence that we've seen, like a beer pub on every corner, was kind of the way to go before refrigeration and the mass production of beer. Do you dive into the craft of it? Do you dive into the advertisement of it? Do you dive into the drinking of it? I mean, it's a guided tour. Am I going to get a sample?
Sure. So the exhibit kind of encompasses a lot of different things. It does talk about different types of beer and the brewing process, but also talks about a lot of the breweries that existed in Muskegon. It showcases their bottles, crates, glassware, even some architectural components, their advertisements. So it really covers a lot of ground.
I want to see an advertisement for a beer back in the 1850s. I really do, just to see how they were selling. Because you know, beer advertising today is a multi-billion-dollar thing. Back then, I'm really curious how they did it. When it comes to, I did say samples. Am I going to taste a beer at this or no?
Well, unfortunately, we can't serve beer at our museum regularly.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of great pubs right in downtown Muskegon, a lot of great breweries that you can sample after the tour is over.
Make it a day. There you go.
Yeah.
Head to the exhibit and then sample the Muskegon breweries that are around. So
exactly.
When it says guided tour, what exactly does that mean? Is there going to be for each group, or do I have to schedule a time to be there, or is this just open to walk in whenever? How guided is it?
So for this Thursday, it is a guided tour, one at 5:30, one at 7 o'clock. And so this will be with myself and also Michael Brower, who contributed a lot of his own personal collection items to our exhibit and is one of the co-owners of Pigeon Hill Brewing Company in downtown Muskegon.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll be kind of walking groups through the exhibit. I'll be covering a lot of the history of brewing, and then Michael will be covering the items from his collection and also kind of tying it into the modern day brewing scene.
So you cover the history of it. So has the art of how beer is brewed really changed over the past 100, 200,000 years? I mean, do we do it differently, or has it really stood the test of time?
Our understanding of how beer is made is definitely a lot different, but I mean, as far as what makes beer, I mean, that's really always stayed the same.
Been the same for this long. So, and we were talking a little bit, have you tried to brew yourself?
I have tried before. It did not go very well, but I'd be open to trying again.
You know, it's more difficult than it looks, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
You can learn more about it. Cheers, what a great name for an exhibit. A History of Brewing in Muskegon. That tour, as you heard, they're guided tours, and Aaron will be part of that. January 23rd from 5:30, well, one at 5:30 and one at 7. It's a $5 admission. And after that, it's just open to the public to come in and take a look at everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the exhibit itself will be up through mid-May, so people can come and just kind of check it out on their own.
Excellent. Thanks so much for the information, Aaron.
Yeah.
And have a great guided tour. All right, still ahead.